Morning, friends. Let's read our Bible today, friends. In 2 Samuel chapter 1, David hears of Saul's death. After the death of Saul, David returned from defeating the Amalekites and stayed in Ziklag 2 days. On the third day, a man arrived from Saul's camp with his clothes torn and with dust on his head. When he came to David, he fell to the ground to pay him honor. "Where have you come from?" David asked him. He answered, "I have escaped from the Israelite camp." "What happened?" David asked. "Tell me." He said, the men that fled from the battle, many of them fell and died, and Saul and his son Jonathan are dead. Then David said to the young man who brought him the report, "How do you know that Saul and his son Jonathan are dead?" "I happened to be on Mount Gilboa," the young man said, "and there was Saul leaning on his spear, with the chariots and riders almost upon him. When he turned around and saw me, he called out to me, and I said, 'What can I do?' He asked me, 'Who are you?' And Amalekite, I answered. Then he said to me, 'Stand over me and kill me. I am in the throes of death, but I am still alive.' So I stood over him and killed him, because I knew that after he had fallen, he could not survive. And I took the crown that was on his head and the band on his arm, and have brought them here to my Lord." Then David and all his men with him took hold of their clothes and tore them. They mourned and wept and fasted till evening for Saul and his son Jonathan, for the army of the Lord and the house of Israel, because they have fallen by the sword. David said to the young man who brought him the report, "Where are you from?" "I am the son of an alien, an Amalekite." He answered. David asked him, "Why were you not afraid to lift your hand to destroy the Lord's anointed?" And David called one of his men and said, "Go, strike him down." So he struck him down, and he died. For David had said in him, "Your blood be on your own head. Your own mouth testified against you when you said, 'I killed the Lord's anointed.'" David's lament for Saul and Jonathan. David took up this lament concerning Saul and his son Jonathan, and ordered that the men of Judah be taught this lament of the bow. It is written in the book of Jezar. "Your glory, Israel, lies slain on your heights. How the mighty have fallen. Tell it not in Gath, proclaim it not in the streets of Ashkelon. Lest the daughters of the Philistines be glad, lest the daughters of the uncircumcised rejoice. O mountains of Gilboa, may you have neither dew nor rain, nor fields that yield its offerings of grain. For there the shield of the mighty was defiled, the shield of Saul no longer rubbed with oil, from the blood of the slave, from the flesh of the mighty. The bow of Jonathan did not turn back, the sword of Saul did not return unsatisfied. Saul and Jonathan in life they were loved and gracious, and in death they were not parted. They were swifter than eagles, they were stronger than lions, O daughters of Israel. Weep for Saul, who clothed you in scarlet and finery, who adorn your garments with ornaments of gold. How the mighty have fallen in battle. Jonathan lies slain on your heights. I grieve for you, Jonathan, my brother. You are very dear to me. Your love for me was wonderful, more wonderful than that of women. How the mighty have fallen. The weapons of war have perished. So here David mourned for the death of Saul and his son Jonathan. They have fallen during the battle of war, and David was very sad because Saul and Jonathan died. They were sons of God, warriors of God, who fought for Israel. So David here was king, and he was a very humble king and a very good king. He was a man of God. He was very sad when Saul and his son died during the battle. For us, we have brothers and sisters, Christians. We will always respect if ever that they were gone, or they are going to die, or they are dead. We have to respect their dead bodies, like what Saul did. Especially those Christians, we need to respect their deaths. So thank you so much for reading with me the Bible today. May God bless you and give you long lives. And and stay close to God and keep loving the Lord, even if we are going to die because of our beliefs. Let's all praise God. Good morning. God bless you all.